Welcome to the Pandacast, the podcast where we go over esports and gaming. I am your host, the CEO of Panda Global, Alan SamuraiPanda Bunney. So today's Pandacast will be on the topic of how to become a professional gamer and balance your life. Just so you know, this is not scripted. All the Pandacasts are basically me just ranting at the camera. So if you have any ideas, please let me know below in the comments or on Twitter at PG_SamuraiPanda. In addition, we are putting these on SoundCloud as well, so if you'd like to just the audio-only version, please check that out. So how to, originally this topic was just going to be, how to balance your life as a competitive gamer, but I think in many ways, this also ties into how to become one. Look, let me be honest, this is like the dream. Professional video gaming, right? Being paid to play video games. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to get to that level or be that lucky that they can do that? And I can't blame you if you're listening to this if you have that dream too. It's an amazing dream, and as the CEO of a team, especially in a scene that doesn't get a whole lot of love, like the 1v1 genres, I feel very thankful that I can bring to the players, this dream of being able to go professional full time. Obviously, not all players, can we get to that level, but many we do. And in a previous Pandacast, I talked about how, Panda Global as an organization feels very strongly that we want to help try to create a career for the players. And that's one big thing that a lot of people who aspire to be pro gamers don't necessarily realize is that pro gaming is not yet a career. And it's hard because how do you play, like, let's give you an example. Here's the Storm. It's a game we used to do at Panda Global when we were doing team games. It's actually the very first team game we did. Here's a Storm has one of the biggest developers, Blizzard, behind it. It is, a big title for them, even though it's not necessarily a big title necessarily. And they had a whole esports program. They had team after team that was dedicating their lives to playing Here's a Storm. And then one day they decided to stop. They said, it's not worth it anymore. We're not doing any esports. And they just dropped the whole program. And that was awful for a lot of players. A lot of people lost their careers because they were just professional Heroes players. Some of them were able to move on to other games and be successful. One of them, a previous PG player, Psalm, I know is being very successful in Fortnite now, which is amazing for him. He made the jump early from Heroes of Storm over to Fortnite. So, good for you, Psalm, if you're listening to this. But, this is the problem with gaming and with professional gaming, is that when your game is dead, or when your game is gone, or when the people who are supporting your career pull out, be that the esports system, from publisher or from the team, you have to be able to do something else. And that's where balancing your life comes in. Esports is awesome. Esports is great. Esports can and should be many people's dreams. But the number of people that become professional esports athletes is extremely limited. I think someone once shared statistics that the number of gamers to those who become professional gamers is actually lower than the number of people who play like high school football that become NFL players. So, and then on top of that is the stability, which is not there yet in this industry. You have to have a backup plan. You have to. And, your backup plan should honestly be school. And then there are many examples of successful, gamers who are able to make a career in esports while still balancing school. Now, I'm going to roll this way, way, way back to me. So I got into competitive gaming. It was I think it was the year between my freshman and sophomore year in college. No, freshman, sophomore year in college, which was, I don't know, like 10, 11 years ago, maybe 12. And this is when Brawl was first coming out. before it was coming out, it was sort of the hype was ramping up. But like the year before Brawl came out, they announced it. They were doing regular updates of it, it was just hitting a fever pitch for how excited people were getting. And through that, I discovered Smash Sports. Long story about how I discovered it. I did some translations of Sakurai, and I ended up becoming a moderator on Smash Sports. And through Smash Sports, I was able to find a local tournament scene for Melee in Michigan, which I had never been able to compete in any fighting games. I played all fighting games growing up, like King of Fighters, CVS 2, Marvel. Marvel 2 was a huge thing for me growing up. X-Men: Children of the Atom. I played. Street Fighter. Street Fighter versus X-Men. Sorry, X-Men versus Street Fighter. Wow, I'm tired. It's late at night. I'm probably not the person to tell you about balance of life at this point. But so I played all those games growing up. But Smash was very near and dear to my heart. Smash was the competitive scene that I discovered first. Smash was how I got into competitive gaming. I ended up finishing my college degree with a double major and 3.9, I think, GPA in University of Michigan, double majoring in behavioral neuroscience and Japanese studies. And I was also able to do pre-med, minor, which it wasn't a minor at my time, but now it is, and apply to medical schools while I was competing and traveling the country for Brawl. I went competitive in Brawl, Smash Brawl, and I actually made a name for myself as a TO, as a commentator, as a player. I was top 5 in the Midwest, we're going on weekend trips, 14 hours, driving to like New Jersey for the first Apex, and I went to the first Genesis. It was a really incredible experience. Something that led me to found Panda Global later on in my life, but it wasn't easy. Double majoring, with a good grade point average while studying for the MCATs, while professional gaming was really hard, and it really comes down to prioritizing and time management. I'll say some players who are very successful at balancing school and esports with competitive gaming would be someone like DeBuzz. DeBuzz, I think, finished school or got very close to finishing college, and he's top 5 in the world and has been for some time in Smash 4, only decided to prioritize esports fairly recently, now is on Team Liquid. Sonic Fox, who, here's the most amazing thing about Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox has a lot of respect for me for this too, for various reasons, but he was the number 1 most earned player in fighting games of all time, because NRS prize pools are very large for Mortal Kombat and Injustice games, and he's also extremely talented at a lot of different fighting games. He only recently again decided to put college on hold, not to do it, to put college on hold to do esports, because he was literally making all this money, but said, I want a career. I still want to finish my schooling. I still want to do this, just in case, and because, that's what he wanted to do and pursue. And to get to that level that he got to, he was the only one in the world that could get there. But to get that level and then still say, I need to balance my life, I need to prepare for the possibility that this won't be an income for me in the future, is very smart of him, and shows understanding beyond his time at the time. And you see so many people who are not there yet, top 50 players, top 100 players even, who quit their jobs, quit school, and put everything into competitive gaming without an end goal. And without, really, I think, personally thinking, what's it going to look like in 5 years? Is my game even going to be around in 5 years? And look, doing that, quitting your job or quitting school for competitive gaming, is incredibly bold, difficult, and shows true dedication. So I don't want to knock those people. I don't want to say those people are necessarily making a mistake, because some people, were able to do this successfully. But I'm just counseling anyone who's considering that to you really think it through. It's not an easy thing to do. It is not an advised thing to do, I would say. And rather, I would advocate doing it all. Let's say you have a job. You work an 8 to 5, okay? Or 9 to 5 job. A typical job, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And you want to make a career playing esports or competitively gaming. You can. You can. And it takes time. You have to plan this out, okay? You have to say, all right, well, I'm going to go to CEO, Evo, Combo Breaker, Smash and Splash, Genesis, Breakout. Like, you identify the tournaments you're going to go to. Okay, that's one. Take the time off. Apply for your job or through school, or identify if you're in school, okay, where are tests, is there tests close by to this event? Well, I shouldn't go here, or, I have a project due then, so I probably shouldn't go to this event. Plan it out. Okay. Get the time off, tell your teachers, tell your job, I want these days off. And then attending tournaments is a big deal. Go to your locals, make it a regular thing, because you have to get better. And if you play an online-only game, play those games online. Play. And number two, if you ever want to quit, how do you make a career in esports? Right now, the answer is being an influencer. Streaming, social media, YouTube, content creation, essentially. These are the areas that will not only sustain and provide for you if you quit a job or quit school. They'll actually give you a steady income that is reliant totally on you, and obviously the audience. But at the same time, it'll make you more appealing for teams. And we discussed this in how to be sponsored or signed by a team in the previous Pandacast. Check that out if you'd like. So that is something you should prioritize and build into your life. You have a 9 to 5 job. Okay, so you took the days off for the events you're going to attend or the tournaments you're going to go to and compete in. Good. Now you need to worry about content and creating content around your practice, because you don't have as much time as someone who's a full-time streamer plus can practice. You have to figure out how to do both. And that's what I would advocate is make a schedule. I will be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever, from 7 to 11. Those are my stream times. You eat dinner before, and you just sit down, and those are the days that you just dedicate to streaming. And streaming can be different things. If you don't have any other time to practice, and this is your only time to practice, that's what you do. You practice on stream. You try to inject some of your personality, and yeah, it can be hard for some people to stream while practicing, but frankly speaking, that's one of the best ways of learning how to engage the community while showing high-level gameplay or improving. Finding a gimmick or finding, something that is unique to you. If streaming is not your game, then, figure out what is. Figure out how would you, or what would you do best as a professional gamer? Is it social media? Make some hot social media content, do some Twitter combos. That's always great. Get some clips from, just save some replays if you're, any fighting game. You have an awesome combo, an awesome conversion, save it, tweet it out. Start building a social media like that. It can be as simple as that, but start. Build the brand from the beginning, because esports is not just the sports industry. There's very few people who can just compete, be good, and then get signed. You can see that in some titles that are new genres, essentially. Like Apex was sort of a new, it was a battle royale genre, but it was first person and it was high mobility. So you saw a lot of players without many followers or without any brand really getting signed, to teams. Great, that's cool. Those guys are going to practice a lot. Will they be professional players if they get outclassed, or if they can't compete, or if Apex Legends goes under, which it's supposedly not doing as well now, after it's been out for a bit in terms of viewership and number of players. What's going to happen to those guys if they have 300, 600 followers and got signed to a team? They're done. They're not going to compete anymore, probably, or they'll find the next game, and they should only be lucky enough that they get signed by a team for the next game. So, in my opinion, building that brand is very important, even though you see some exceptions out there. Okay. So, you start making the schedule in your life, and you're going to realize something very quickly. It's hard. It's hard. Setting aside that time every single week and seeing like not that much growth necessarily from day to day, it's not easy. It's a grind. That's what this is. You can't not grind your way to the top. You have to grind. There is always a grind. No matter who you are, there will be a grind. So do it. You want to be a pro gamer? Prepare yourself and do it. It's possible. You can do it. You just have to be vigilant, steady, and ready. And you're also going to find that something in life is going to have to fall to the wayside. I started a company and I'm still a full-time doctor. I'm the CEO of Panda Global. I don't need to be a doctor right now. I am. That's my choice. I'm balancing two very difficult jobs, actually, at the same time. And I have to make sacrifices. I don't get to go out much. I'm sitting at home at 9:30 at night and on I think it's Wednesday, doing a podcast. Why? Because I want to make content for you guys. I want to help you guys, and I want to help grow the communities in general, and to give this knowledge to you guys. But I have a meeting after this. I had a meeting before this. That's my life. And, unfortunately, I don't get to, do a lot of things that normal people do because I dedicate that to this, to esports. And you have to be prepared that, look, some things are going to have to be placed on hold, or, take a back seat in your life because you want to balance a career or school with streaming, with competing, with playing. You can't have the whole pie, until you're ready for it. And this could be in friendships sometimes, which I don't advocate losing friendships, but I advocate like bring them in, get them involved with this, or try to figure out how to schedule time with them too. Relationships are very difficult as well. To find someone that's understanding of what you want to do and what you want to become is not easy. But if you do, that's someone that's worth it. So just be prepared that you may not be able to do everything in life that you want to do, because you are prioritizing becoming a professional gamer. You're prioritizing this other or new path or new career. I mean, heck, like my backlog of games, like I have Final Fantasy 15, Jump Force, Devil May Cry 5, Anthem, all just sitting here unopened because I don't have time to play. I've been playing Persona 5. I actually, played it last night a little bit too. I've been playing Persona 5 for like a year, and I have not beat that game yet. It's first off, that game's long. I don't have time for JRPGs anymore. I wish I did. I miss Disgaea. Oh man, that's a good game. Probably my favorite JRPG of all time. Well, it's more of a strategy RPG. Disgaea 1. I couldn't really get into the other ones. Where was I? Oh. So, I haven't been able to play these games because I don't have time. I wish I could compete in, Smash or honestly, Unist or some of the other fighting games that are really interesting to me. There's a weekly like 5 minutes from me. Don't have time. I went to the weekly like 3 times total, and I really pushed myself to be able to go. In fact, I went to one weekly, did my first pools match. Then had to take a 45-minute break to take a very important meeting. Came back, and luckily the TOs, had my back, and I was able to, my opponent was willing to wait for me too. It's hard. It's hard to do all that. I miss it, but I chose to make that sacrifice. Now I pay people to play those games for me. So I'm just using my personal experience to try to give you an idea of, the sacrifices have to be made in order to get to that point, in order to get to that level in life. And I'm just trying to say, be ready. Be ready to set aside the time. Be ready to put in the grind. Be ready to, put aside other things in life that you may want to do but are not necessary. And that is how you become a professional gamer. Hard work, effort, pouring your passion into something that you love, and doing it over and over again, even if you don't see results at first. To be a pro gamer, you have to be willing to go to your weekly event and go 0-2. Lose. Then lose again. Then lose again. Then win one. And then lose again. Then win 2. Lose again. That's what it's like. And it's not easy, but it's incredibly rewarding. And as you continue to take step by step by step, and you see yourself grow, you get 10 more viewers on average. You know, you have 5 more subs this month than last month. You went 3-2 at your local instead of 2-2. You got to winners finals of your local, or you beat the best player of your local. You went to a national made out of pools. You interact with people on Twitter and they know who you are. You hit stream at a large event and people cheer you on. You can go look at your VODs and review your VODs. Your losses and your wins. See the Twitch chat and see what you can do better. See how to improve against players, from across the world. It feels amazing to be a pro gamer and to go through that grind and to see the slow effect. I started with Brawl. That was my first competitive game ever. I was terrible at the game. I was losing bad. My first weekly, I lost 0-2. But I was dedicated and I was determined that I will get good at this game. So I studied my ass off, pardon the French, in school during the week, and I practice, brought people over, practice. I slowly went up. I started creeping up. I started beating people who've been in the scene a lot longer than I have because they played Melee. I became a threat to not win a tournament, because my local scene also had some of the best in the Midwest at the time. Shout out to Anther. But to be top 3, top 4 every tournament I went to for my local scene. I, later on in my life, quit to gaming to do medical school, and I rejoined gaming when I was in residency, doing neurology in Phoenix. Phoenix Smash team, by the way. Awesome guys. Love them to this day. Great people. Terrible people. That's what I love about them. Miss those guys. Yeah. They're good people. And I, while in residency, working an 80-hour work week, got ranked on the PR top 10 with a character I never played before. I played Snake and Brawl and Sonic and Smash 4. Don't judge me. I judge myself enough, trust me. I play Snake again, by the way. Obviously, after I started PG, I could not stay on the PR anymore. Very, very hard. But it's doable. And when I did the grind again for Smash 4, because I hadn't played competitively in years, I sucked. I was playing, I think Bowser Jr. is my first character. I was playing 3DS. I was getting bodied. The first local in Phoenix, Arizona that I went to, this is just a funny aside, when I had decided to rejoin the community and to play competitively again, I decided at the time I'm just going to be sort of low key, which obviously didn't end up happening. And I went to a 3DS Smash 4 tournament. My first round opponent, I played Bowser Jr. I got bopped, just straight bodied. And after he beat me, he's like, you have a really cool tag, SamuraiPanda, because there's some guy that I really respect in the scene, that I really looked up to in the scene, years ago, that has the same tag. And I just looked at him and I was like, dude, that was me. And that was, I think, one of the times that led me to realize that competitive gaming means a lot to people. And what you do in the scene, if you have a presence in the scene, matters a lot to people years later, even when the scene is very, very tiny, like Brawl was compared to Smash 4. And it feels great to do that grind again. To, come straight from my scrubs to the local and just grind it out with players. To go home, invite a friend over, and just play for hours and hours together. And to go slowly from getting bodied to bodying people, and to the point that, if someone beat me, it was an upset. It's... I miss it. It's a great life, but it's not for everyone. You want to be a professional gamer? Be one. But balance your life. Don't rely on it. Don't think it can be a career yet. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You can do it. You can balance your life. You can play competitively. You can be a top player. And you don't have to give up your other dreams, your other goals, your other career paths. Until you are ready, until you are sure this is real. Grind it out. And the day that you choose this is real, this is something I can truly make a career in my life, that'll be an incredible feeling. So, again, I hope you guys enjoy the Pandacast. If you have any comments, critiques, constructive criticism, please, please leave it in the comments. I'm open to listening, and any topics you want me to cover in the future, let me know. Anyways, Samurai Panda.